Well, the book I'm going to talk about, and I hope you see the cover somewhere, it's actually a Spanish book, as I said before, called La Noche de tus ojos, and it's a thriller, a realistic kind of story with a thriller base that intertwines the life of an ordinary girl with a lot of problems called Clara with a serial killer that is on the loose in the Dublin streets. It's interesting how the author is able to mix the fast pace and the tension of the thriller part of it with a police investigation and a police inspector very good with the kind of realistic, almost metaphorical, lyrical story about two characters that are lost in a city that it seems strange for both of them. I think this story focuses more, and it's what I like the most about that it focuses more on character and character development, and also character ambiguity, character complexity, because we are not completely bad or completely good. We make mistakes. We have like darker corners. Humankind is not easy to understand. So in this story, I feel like the author explores very well humankind. So I love how she, in every book that I read, because I read two previous books of her, more based on fantasy kind of genre. So she always mentions in these books that she writes some authors that she really appreciates. So to me, having books that talk about other books that are connected are very important. But also in the term of talking about the style and literary references, to me, with this story and this kind of mixed plots and subplots, I feel like she described Dublin very well, because this story is set in Dublin. Normally, she focuses her stories around Paris. So to me, having this scene, this kind of change of the scene was very important, because I've been in Dublin for a while, so I know the city. But to me, this book in particular is important because you can actually explore particularly the countryside of Dublin, or the kind of outskirts of the city as well as the city. But it's important to me because mainly what I've seen in this story is that with a beautiful prose, very eloquent, very elegant prose, she's able to also mirror another of my favorite author, who is Emily Bronte. Emily Bronte is the author of Wuthering Heights, and I feel like, to me, Sandra Andrés Belenguer was able to, with Dublin countryside outskirts and Dublin as the city center, she was able to mirror in the nature, in the surroundings. She was able to mirror the character feelings. Again, I love how these complexity and these mentions are actually intertwined with two different plot lines that are very well tied together. But also, I feel like this story main flaw, although I really like this story, I feel like I needed more development. 100 pages more to be able to explore more and to like enjoy being inside the story, because when it finishes, it's like I want more, I need more tension. Regarding the language, I must say that even though in terms of the language is easy to understand, it's a YA book, so it's kind of easy, it's not too elaborated, or complicated or archaic. I feel like sometimes when it comes to description, which I adore, the author is very paused, so she spends a lot of time describing feelings and places and how that affects to the character, which is great. But I also can see that if you don't have a intermediate up, maybe intermediate level, it could be a little bit too worthy. So I recommend you to pick it up if you are like intermediate level. I hope you pick it up because I need more discussion regarding this book. But it's very interesting and very brave move, because I feel like the hard topics that are discussed in these books, even though it's now more prominent in YA, it should be more out there, because unfortunately there are topics that are still relevant in our society when they were supposed to be like eliminated, but they are not. Well, I hope you like this review. I hope you pick this book up. And if you know more books that are set in Dublin, for instance, or books that treat kind of these kind of literary other reference to authors, or with wild like strong settings, please let me know in the comment section down below. I will leave all my details and the details of the book in the box info as well. Goodbye.